And if you
Wow.
you try to break that,
They're like
because
BBs.
then what some guys do is hammer that. So I don't know. I'm thinking about one night maybe just trying to run some of the pellets and just see what happens.
So those big piles you pass driving down Duluth, is that all this stuff?
Well, some of it, yeah, some of it is technical, yeah. And some people just go along the railroad tracks between here and you can find it in, I find it like right out my back door in northeast or southeast Minneapolis along the railroad track there. There's a lot of us. Like, try hitting with a hammer and see how hard that is to break. There's a hammer right there. See how what that does.
Oh, I'd use a track hammer.
Use a what?
I'm more scared of coding for that.
Okay.
Damage all the nice ones. You'll come after.
Oh, you will? Okay, I'll get a crappy one then.
Yeah,
there you go.
This is eye safety time.
So people break that all up into little bits like that and then put that in. We're probably not going to do that. We can decide. We can try putting some in at the end if you want to try it and see what happens. But I just brought that along as a future project. I had a colleague who did an installation sculpture at the Minneapolis Institute, and she had, I think, almost a ton of tapenade on the floor.
Wow. That's
kind of how I want it. Feel that. So it's nice and modelable, right?
Yeah.
Nice and modelable. Nice. So let's see if we can work that by hand, and then what I'm going to start doing is we're going to just put in about a 1-inch layer on the inside. Okay. Build that up all the way around on the inside.
What's the thickness?
About 1 inch.
About 1 inch.
Yeah.
All right.
It could. I'm trying to. This is about 12. I don't know what my rule is.
Yeah.
12 inches, and the inside of. You can see the inside of this. If you measure that, it's going to be about 10 or 11 inches.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Fix that later. So all we're trying to do is make a nice round, even kind of surface on the inside.
Make a cover for the tuyere on this one.
What's that?
Make a cover for the tuyere.
Yeah, this is just kind of a little placeholder, and then I'll stick the other tuyere in there probably tomorrow when this is dried out a little bit. Tonight I'll fuss with this a little bit, just some places like it needs a little bit, maybe right in here, needs a little bit right there. We'll kind of sculpt it a little bit and go from there.
Yeah.
So you're building a door with the paper?
What I'm doing is I'm putting paper in here so that this door I'm going to be able to pull it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's going to be separate. I don't want it to stick when I want to open it up.
I see.
Now a lot of people, what they do is they leave a hole like maybe an arched hole like that, and then sometimes they make that part thinner and then bust it out.
Oh, I see.
But this is just a little thing that I figured out that I like to do, and it just so I'll pack the clay in there, and then tomorrow when it's a little dry, I'll be able to pull it out and make sure it'll come out, and then set it back in and put clay around it
Sure.
to get it to stay in place. Okay, so the way we're going here right now, okay, so don't cover this door here, but come up right up the side, you see right here, come right up here like this, and then when we get to the top here, I'm going to push this in just a little bit more, then put it on top. I'm going to put a piece of paper right up on top here.
It is kind of tough to not get thinner as it gets to the top. It's like
It's
you
just
you
a
wanna do it.
natural. It's just, I don't know what it is. I may have to buy the video that you're going to produce here.
Oh, no.
You're doing every step. That's really good.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
have anything that is
Right.
that complete over the years. You know, it just
Oh, yeah. No, I'll just.
it's very hard to make photographs and and do yeah. What'd you say? Yeah.
Go for royalties.
Everybody will get a download link, so I'll just make sure everybody
Oh,
has
cool.
an email,
That's cool.
and then y'all be able to download it for yourself. I'll edit what I got this morning and kind of in the evening try to do what I can to expedite it, and it's kind of what I do for a living, as a web developer. So
Oh, you are.
yeah. So I'll make sure it's available
Thank you.
to download, of course, for free for people in the class. So that's a given.
So I think royalties. So half of a percent.
Be loose enough that I can kind of pull it out. I think that's going to be all right. I want to pull the paper on top of it.
Essentially just making a plug.
Yeah, and I'm going to make it a little bigger on the front, and then we're going to put a hole in it. Probably about. So we got 2 inches of bed here with fine charcoal, and then our bloom's going to form up above. So I'm probably going to put the slag hole right up here. That's about maybe 3 inches, like that. Probably about right there, and hope that that's going to work.
there like a really fixed amount of iron that you can add to the size of your furnace?
Bigger the furnace, the more you can add.
But like you couldn't just keep adding. There's like a, you know. Like
Well,
20
what'll happen is
It's so big.
what's going to happen is that the bloom will grow up and get in front of the tuyere, and then you'll see the slag in there. It'll go. You can see the slag fluttering around on the front of the tuyere, and if you keep going, you'll eventually just block the tuyere up.
Yeah.
So that's why I have the open tuyere, so I can poke in case that happens. And you want to keep doing the slag and try to get the slag out enough times that it's going to that it won't do that. But I think that probably about the most I've gotten into a brick one is about 90 pounds.
Wow.
90 pounds of ore. So it takes a little bit more. Yeah, but this one, it's a little smaller. We'll see how much it does.
Oh, sorry, brother.
Like, whoa.
Iron smelting and gymnastics.
You know.
Is you got kind of like fiberglass. You got this fiber in there. So chopped straw will work, but then you got to chop the straw. So it's one of those things. We're cutting a lot of corners here just because
And they use
we
horse
got
manure.
only 4 days.
And they use horse manure on that sometimes.
Horse manure is great. Yeah, essentially the horse is chopping all the fiber up. I do a course at the art colony where we use clay and horse manure to make a mold for metal casting. And that works just great. And that horse is essentially chewing the fiber up.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that they do in Africa is they use old termite mounds. So that you can imagine the termites are not only chewing up the dirt and depositing the dirt, but they're sticking it together with their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that is great material. So a lot of those furnaces are built with termite mound stuff.
Could you do the same thing with copper?
Smelting copper?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. I watched a guy in Ireland. He was a British professor, and he bought some tin ore and some copper ore. And he had a little tiny furnace, hand bellows, and he worked at it, and my gosh, he wound up with a real tiny button of bronze. So smelting the copper ore, so it can be done.
Who the front back could have.
Yeah, probably going to do it the other way around though. Smooth that out a little bit there. Can you see that? Can you lay it on the side and see that little ridge right there? Yeah. Maybe that little ridge. Just maybe either throw a little bit more on there and just push it down a little bit if you can, but. The rest of that stuff is back in this bucket. And we'll use that for any patching we have to do when it's running. Any cracks or anything like this. The way you patch any kind of clay furnace is if there's a crack developing, you take like a blade or something and you carve out the crack, okay, and you have a bucket of slip of this clay stuff, really wet, kind of like thick cream. You slap that in there, and that should take care of it. You may keep cracking, but as long as it's not leaking out through the crack, you're okay. Yeah, right in the bucket. Let me take just a little bit more here, so I have just excuse me, a little bit more. Okay. So tomorrow morning, the first thing we're going to be doing is burning and packing the bed on that one. So that's going to take an hour and a half, something like that. So I think if we get running by 10:30, 11, that's fine. It's going to take a while for the furnace to heat up, okay, to get going. And then it's all till we get done. Until we get any more ore in, okay? And then it'll take another little time a little bit of time to burn it down, and then we'll take the bloom out. Now you guys have to decide. You want to throw it in some water? You want to air cool it? Figure that out.
What would be the effective difference? Or is there none?
The air cooled has looks better and it has bigger crystals.
Ah.
The water cooled is a little easier to break up.
Ah.
Okay. So we can decide, which means we have to find something to water cool it. Find another bucket. I might have to go get another one of these here. Maybe something I have to do. Does anybody else have a face shield? No, nobody has a face shield.
I have a welding.
You have a welding mask? Okay.
I've got a face shield for this, for wood turning. Not,
What is it, plastic or?
yeah, probably.
Let me see what it is. What it's like. Well, it might protect you a little bit. All I'm just saying is when we pull we're going to have to use a tong and pull the bloom out.
Mm-hmm.
And when we do that, it's going to be hot. So maybe what I'll do is call my friend in Lutzen and see if we have, if we can borrow a face shield from him. I think I can run over there. It's only.
We have 4 welding masks, two with the dark tint that folds up.
Oh, those are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fine because you can just open them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks for checking on that. All right, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the slag hole, and probably I'll fuss around a little bit trying to get this a little smoother, but we'll see everybody promptly at 9 o'clock. And do you guys have a charcoal starter over there for a grill? Do you have one of those little chimney starters?
I think I actually have one that I got.
Do you?
Oh, shit.
Huh?
I think I've got one actually.
Oh, can you bring it
Yeah.
over?
Yeah, I'll try.
Because
to
that's a
find
good
it.
way to light the charcoal.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Otherwise, we'll have to fuss around with a blower
Yeah, I think I've got
and
one.
a fire. So if you got that, bring that along. That would be good. Okay. Good. Good. So let me cut this hole here.
Taking the lap,
Thinking what?
taking the lap around campus.
No, I want to see what this Wayne guy is doing here.
Suppose you got that canoe all done by now.
Not quite.
Well, last time I was in there, you looked like you were all the way up to the football. Were you close to the football? Cool.
So is that clay?
It's clay. It's got clay, sand, grog, and something called ganister rock, which is like rotten granite in it.
So now you gotta let it cure, or
We're gonna probably
Yeah,
tonight.
fire-
I'll build a little fire in there, and
fire
it'll
and
dry
wood.
out, and then by tomorrow it'll be dry. We're gonna run this on Wednesday, so we got a couple days to let it dry out. That one would go tomorrow. That takes 25 minutes or so.
what's the difference between the two?
This is the more traditional one. That's kind of a hybrid. This is a hybrid too because
It's got brick on the inside.
it's got brick, and rather traditionally they would just build them with clay, but it takes enough. We don't have enough time to do that. And then I'm cheating. I've got this piece of steel there, rolled steel with fiberfax, and then ceramic shell on there, so that'll dry and it'll be a hard refractory kind of surface. So because all you're doing is you're preheating stuff as it goes down, and all the action is happening right below this, right at this tuyere level right here. That's where the heat is. That's where it's.
What temperature you're looking for?
It should be somewhere between 2,000 and 2,400 degrees Fahrenheit in there. It'll be yellow bright in there. Yeah. You'll be able to see if you look at that tuyere over there, it's got a little window
Yeah.
in it, a little Pyrex window. So,
Is everybody having fun?
Yeah. Getting nice and dirty.
everybody's all full of clay. They're gonna home, take a shower, dirty those hotel rooms. That's for sure. Oh, one thing also I want to say is that when you do this slag hole, you want to cone it on the inside and the outside. So it's only going to be that diameter for about an inch. So you want a cone. I'm going to cut it like a cone from the inside, okay? Then I'm going to cut it from a cone to the outside, because then that little spot right there will stay hot, okay? And I'm not going through. I'm trying to get the slag out. I'm not going through 3-4 inches of clay. I'm going through only 1 inch, and it may get real rough. We may have to break part of it out, but that'll work. All right. Happy footballing. Everybody know what the football is on the canoe? You kind of all the strips go up to the side, right? And then when you get to the top, it's this football shape, and that's where you got to cut them all at an angle. And you're going across the top, which is flat, but it's fun. I built one canoe. He's built. He said he built something like 90 canoes. That guy is Mr. Canoe. So now there was a blade around here that
wood that was on the pallet?
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, excellent. I knew there was a reason I had that.
Looks all great.
So you're just making a cone.
Yeah, just making a cone, and I'll just do it on the inside as well. Pull that out and check for the slag, and then stick it back in.
Let's see. All right. So make a cone and then make a plug, eh?
Carve this inside here.
Should we make a clay mustache? And
Well, you guys do whatever you want for decoration if you want. Faces seem to be the okay. Leave it up. It'll all go in the bucket here.
You're not looking at it. It's like I'm just gonna preheat it and then it's like some candle, nice plastic candle. Not that I've ever done anything like that. Never. Biggest thing I ever did. Just had some of those frozen chicken quarter glaze, put them in the toaster oven, downstairs.
All right.
All right.
Went up and
Excellent. We're on our right way.
over it. Left it there. Put it out the back. People will not even notice. About half an hour later, we go out. There's a raccoon got hold of it. Hey.
Okay. So you're just drying it out on the inside. Got a little fire going.
Yeah, just a small fire, just drying it out. Opened up the hole there so it would draw a little bit.
Yeah. Very nice.